Hey! In this video, I'm gonna teach you everything you need to know about the Cookidoo app, how to use it, and how to get the most out of it with your Thermomix. So what is Cookidoo? Cookidoo is an app developed by Thermomix that has over 100,000 guided recipes from all over the world, okay? So you don't need to be creative here, you just type in what you wanna cook and it will give you tons of options and recipes, guided recipes, step by step for you to do with your Thermomix. In order to get Cookidoo, you have to download the app from the App Store or the Play Store, depending if you have an iPhone or an Android. Okay, once you download the app, you have to create an account. The first month of that account is going to be a free trial. Then, with your Thermomix purchase, you have 3 months for free included. Okay, and once those 3 months have already passed, you will start paying the annual subscription of $65 a year. In order to activate those 3 months from the screen of your Thermomix, the app is going to ask you to give the credit card details. You are not going to be charged immediately. Don't worry. You're going to be charged once the 3 months passes and your annual subscription will renew. The first thing that you have to do is download the app in the App Store if you have an iPhone or in the Google Play if you have an Android. I go ahead and look for Cookidoo. And this is the app. This is how it looks in the App Store. Once it's downloaded, I open the app and I create a new account or log into an existing account. In my case, I'm gonna create a new account. Once you're already created the account, you start personalizing it. Super important, when you create your Cookidoo account and you are in the US and your Thermomix was bought in the US, it's important to set your account based in the US. So personalize your bower experience, accept. Newsletter marketing, you just go ahead and do whatever you do. This is how the app looks. So the first thing that you have to do is go to notifications. And super important, the TM7 has new features where it lets you connect the TM7 with your phone or your iPad, send you notifications, and even transfer recipes directly from your device into your TM7. For that, you have to accept all the conditions from the notification section. In this case is set up your device, receive future updates, recipe recommendations, and account updates. So notifications, continue, I allow them, Bluetooth, continue, allow, you're all set. Then you close it, start exploring Cookidoo. It gives you all the updates of Cookidoo, monitor your Thermomix TM7 cooking from anywhere, send recipes to your Thermomix TM7, an all-new look from Cookidoo from everywhere. We're done with the notifications and now we are ready to go. So Cookidoo is an app developed by Thermomix that has over 90,000 guided recipes from all over the world. When you open the app, you see recommendations, freshly baked, everyday recipes for you, carb-conscious cooking, and all sorts of recommendations, okay? Then if you hit the explore bar, you will be able to explore recipes either by categories, or you can type in what you want to cook. In my case, if I want to cook bolognese, I just write there bolognese, hit search, and it will appear some bolognese sauce recipes or recipes with bolognese sauce. Super important in this part, filters. Do you see that in filters it appears United States? Well, this means that by default, when you download the Cookidoo app in the US, you will get United States and English as default filters. So how do you fix that to access the more than 90,000 guided recipes from all over the world? You go ahead, you can either change it here, but it will not change the default filter, or you can go here, update default filter. So I go to my preferences, update filter, I select my Thermomix version, TM7, I select the language that I want to see the recipes in my case I want to see them in English and Spanish. Okay, in country or region, what I recommend everyone is just leave everything unselected so you can see recipes from all over the world, and then you hit save. And the search filter preferences have been updated. And that's how you start looking again. So once my filters are updated, a whole new world opens to me with Cookidoo. Let's say I hit search here, and I have 25,269 recipes available to look for in Spanish, English, and for the TM7. If you want to see more recipes, you could select more languages, you could remove the TM7 there. You go ahead and play with the filters, okay? If you go to the Explore section, you will see the search bar for Cookidoo. So you can type in the name of the recipe, type of diet, like keto diet. You can type in which ingredients you have in your fridge, and Cookidoo is gonna give you suggestions of recipes to cook with those ingredients. Or you can even type in country. Let's say I'm from Chile, I want to see Chilean recipes. I just type in Chile and I will be able to see them. We're gonna move forward to that in a little bit. So in this page, you're able to see the Cookidoo search bar, the popular categories, so you can get inspirations based in the categories, in the cooking categories. And down here, you see what's the news about the TM7, what's new, editor's pick of the week. You can explore the latest collections. You can see back to school planning, and you can also see tutorials on how to use the different modes and how to use your Thermomix. Okay, so if I go up, let's say I want to cook something, a bolognese sauce. I type in bolognese sauce in the search bar and I get all these recipes. Okay, so you know what? I'm gonna see this one. You open the recipe, and what you see here is the name of the recipe with which Thermomix is compatible, the rating of the recipe. I always recommend trying to cook recipes with 4 or more stars because they have been really tested. Then serving size. In Cookidoo, you can modify the portions. Let's say you're only 2 at home. You do 2 or 4 or 6, and all the ingredients and steps are all modified. Then we can see the preparation steps, and we can see the ingredients that we need, devices which is compatible with, from where the recipe is, nutrition information, and from which collections or cooking books this recipe is from. And then it gives you also other suggestions based on what you searched today. Let's say you want to do this recipe and you only want to do 4 portions. You can either hit cook today, so it will be added to your calendar to cook it today, or you can hit these 3 buttons over here and you can bookmark it. Bookmark it is whenever you want to add a post-it to it. It's a great way to select recipes that you want to cook, but in my opinion, it's not a great way to organize the recipes that you like, because if you don't organize it by topic, you may end up with 300 bookmarked recipes and it's gonna be hard to find them. Add to collection is added to a list to organize it. you create the recipe list, and let's say this is gonna be a sauce. So I create this folder called sauce, and the recipe is automatically saved into the sauce folder. Then add to my week. You can add it to cook today with this button, or you can plan your week ahead. Let's say you want to cook this on Monday, so you save it into your account. Then you have add to shopping list. This is how you create your shopping list. Then add to created recipes in case you want to edit the recipe and adapt it to how you want to do the bolognese sauce, or how do you like to do it. You can send it to a create recipe, edit it, add the ingredients, the quantities, whatever you want, and save it, and it will be saved into your created recipes. And then we have the share recipe. In case you want to send it through text message or WhatsApp to anyone, you share the recipe from here. Okay, so now that we explored this, other thing important that I want to tell you is that the recipes come in a specific language. You can find the same recipe in different languages, yes, and also they come with a setup system of measurement. In this case, the recipe was from the UK, so it's in metric system. Does this affect your Thermomix configuration? No, only the recipe is going to be in metric system. It doesn't matter if it's in metric or imperial, since everything is guided, you don't have to do any conversion. But if your Thermomix TM7 is set in imperial system, it will keep on being in imperial system. Only this recipe is gonna be in metric system, and you will have to follow the step-by-step in metric system because the recipe is set as metric. Okay? So once we decided this is the recipe, in the My Recipe section, we can see the recipes that we've bookmarked, the created recipes. In this case, let's say we created a recipe based in the bolognese sauce. We can see. So keeping up with the explore section, we just saw that we can search by recipe. We search the bolognese sauce, but we can also search by ingredients. Let's say I have tomato and zucchini in my fridge, and I want to see what can I cook with it. I go ahead and type it, and tomatoes and zucchini recipes will pop up, so I can look at them and decide what am I gonna cook. Let's say I am on a keto diet, or so then I hit keto here, I type it, search, and it will give me recipes with keto recipes, okay, for my diet. Not only will give me recipes, but if I go here, I'll hit collections, and it will give me keto recipes cooking books. Okay, so let's say, oh, I love this Bobby Parrish. I follow him in Instagram, so I love his recipes, and I hit on his cooking book and I see all the keto recipes that he has here. I can either go one by one, saving it to my lists, or I can save the whole collection up here. Okay? So same thing also with a country. Let's say I am from Chile. I type in Chile, and I can see Chilean recipes, of course, recipes with Chile, spicy recipes, or I can see collections, cooking books from Chile. This is a Chilean cooking book, okay? And this is how I search by country. Okay, so go here, collections, top Chilean, pisco sour, empanadas. Let's say I will do the pisco sour. I'm gonna cook it today. Okay, and I want to save the cooking book. I hit save right here. Okay, so we already saw the For You tab, the Explore tab, and now we are in My Recipes tab. My Recipes is where all the recipes that I have saved into my Cookidoo account are. So let's say, for example, in the first section, we have the bookmarks. These are where all the bookmarked recipes are. The created recipes, this is where I can find all my created recipes. In this case, I grabbed the bolognese sauce and I sent it to created recipes and edited the recipe to customize it to what I like. Collections are all the folders, all the cooking books that I have saved into my account. In this case, I have one collection that's called 100% Chile. Okay, so whenever you want to save a cooking book, you hit save and then you're going to find it under My Recipes. And then we have My Lists. My lists are the list or the folders where I categorize all the recipes. I created a list called sauce and saved bolognese sauce into that list. Let's say I want to create a recipe called sweet treat. And this is where I will save all the sweet treat recipes that I find in Cookidoo, so I can have them categorize them. So yeah, and it's gonna be easier to find the recipes that I love that are gonna be saved into my account. Okay. Other thing, if we hit this plus button here, we will be able to create a new recipe list to categorize recipes. Create a recipe. Whenever we want to create a recipe from scratch, let your own recipe, let's say, for example, I'm doing a mil hojas cake today. So I write there, mil hojas. I can upload my image and add the preparation time, total time, portions. And here is where I add the ingredients, the preparation steps, with which Thermomix this is going to be compatible with, and notes and variants. So you can create your own recipes in Cookidoo and follow the step-by-step in your Thermomix. Then I have My Week. My Week is where all the recipes that I have planned for the week are going to appear. So it's going to be super easy to access to those recipes in my Thermomix. And also it will give me an idea on the meal planning for the week. Okay. And then shopping. Shopping is where I will be able to add ingredients to a shopping list. Okay. And I will be able to see them by recipes or by category. And whichever ingredient I have, I mark it as I already have it. I have parsley, I have olive oil, and I have whole milk. And the ingredients that I don't have, I hit on these three dots over here, and I can either share the ingredients that I need with someone, like let's say, for example, my husband, and he goes to the grocery stores and picks up the ingredients for me, or I can order them automatically through the app, and it will connect with Walmart, Kroger, Publix, Instacart, and Amazon Fresh. Isn't that awesome? So I can order the ingredients that I need directly into one of these retail stores. And then I go back to Cookidoo, and those are the 5 views of Cookidoo. Now I'm going to show you how Cookidoo looks in the screen of your Thermomix. So now we already went through the app in my iPad. Okay, we saw all the things in the app, and now we're gonna see the app in the Thermomix screen. The first thing that you have to do in your Thermomix is log in into your Cookidoo account. You can either log in when you do your first setup, when you receive your Thermomix, or you can log in from here. You go to the main menu, Profile and Cookidoo, Login or Register. You can scan the QR code from your phone or your iPad, or you can log in manually. Once you're already logged in in your Cookidoo account, you can see that I created an account and it's a trial account. It's only for 1 month. Okay, that's the trial account duration. And I can see my subscription status here, and I go back to the main screen. Remember that in my iPad, when I show you how the app worked, I planned for in my calendar 2 recipes, bolognese sauce and pisco sour. So the planned recipes appear here or will appear in my week. Okay? Then, if I want to go and see all the recipes that I have saved, I hit the book here and I will see the recently cooked. The recently cooked are the recipes that I have cooked in my Thermomix in the last 30 days, and they are saved into my device. Then I hit bookmarks. These are the recipes that I have bookmarked or put a post-it into it. I haven't done it yet. Then I have my recipe lists, and you see that I have a list, the sauce list and the sweet treat list that I created in my iPad. Then I have the saved collections. You see the saved collections that I saved while I was showing my iPad. And here are the created recipes. Let's say I want to cook something from my recipe list. I want to go with the sauce, the bolognese sauce, and it will open directly into my screen, and I will be able to see the same thing that I saw in my iPad. The ratings, the prep time, the overview. I will be able to change the portions directly into the screen of my Thermomix or from the app. Okay, with devices, preparation steps, tips and tricks, my notes, nutrition, and which collection does this appear from. Okay, if I want to start cooking the recipe, I go ahead and hit start. I can also see the recipes that I have in my calendar. Over here, I go to my week, and it will show me the recipes that I have in my calendar. Also, another feature that Cookidoo has just released with the TM7 is the fact that you can send recipes directly from your device, your iPad or your phone, into your TM7. Let's say I want to cook this tomato and mushroom spaghetti. I hit it, I see the recipe, and whenever I'm right next to my TM7, it detects that I am right next to it, and it gives me the option to send it to my TM7. So I send it, and look at this. It's an easy way to transfer recipes from my phone or my iPad into the screen of my Thermomix. Well, I hope that this video was useful. This Cookidoo tutorial was useful for you. What I always recommend all my customers is to download the app immediately after they purchase the Thermomix and start exploring. Just play with it. Explore the different recipes, the different options and screens that you see. And once the Thermomix arrives, start exploring also with your Thermomix. The best way to get to know your Cookidoo better is just exploring it, playing with it, trying new recipes, seeing all the features. Don't worry, nothing's gonna happen. With the Thermomix, the result is always guaranteed.